that happened. And I have no doubt that Mr. Spano, and I'm sure that he would agree with me, that he was a rowdy, rambunctious, high school kid. He got into some fights, he made some stupid mistakes, and his brother-in-law, who's actually been now with Jill for a little over 38 years, has been with him since John, they've been together since John was 12. He was one of the main, role models for John. He was telling John all along, that you got to stop this, you got to stop getting in all these fights, you got to be getting in trouble. At one point, I think he even kind of predicted the future and said, we're getting in trouble, something bad's going to happen. You're going to wind up in jail for a long time. Mr. Spano, unfortunately, didn't learn that lesson early enough, and he found himself on trial. And I just want to go back to that morning, or the evening before, the first time that he's ever met Mr. Ricky Swift, his defense attorney. He's going to trial for an aggravated rape charge the next morning. Mr. Spano knows he's got 6 witnesses. He was talking about him here today. He's got 6 witnesses, 2 of which were out of state. And that had been filed in motions indicating that they needed time to get the 2 witnesses from out of state here, and then he had the 4 witnesses that were in town. He had a defense that he wanted to present. Mr. Ricky Swift had not been on the case long enough to understand that defense. And he panicked. The motion for continuance was denied, the motion for withdrawal was denied. And he panicked, and he made the worst decision of his life. I would ask y'all to not hold the rape charge. And it really is surprising to me that his own defense attorney is holding a rape charge that he was not found guilty of and that was ultimately dismissed. And he is arguing here today that that rape charge is the reason that he should spend the rest of the time. And I don't think that's true. There is a reason that the rape charge was dismissed. They could have continued to prosecute it. I know that if any of my family members were making a charge like that, I would still want to prosecute it. I don't care that he's already been sentenced. I would still be pressing that it should be prosecuted. I think that the fact that it was dismissed shows that they were looking for the easiest and quickest way to have him sent away from the rest of the life. He has done more. There is not anything else that he could have done since he's been incarcerated. He's had 1 write-up in 2009 over the 22 years that he's been in Angola, which is impressive in and of itself. He has worked at plethora of jobs. He's worked in the governor's range. He's been allowed to work at the rifle range around guns. He has been getting the most trust that any inmate in the facility could be getting. He's a Class A trustee. He was even authorized to go off of Angola's campus to do different HVAC jobs around the state. So I believe that all of this weighs heavily in the favor that he has learned a lot over the past 4 years. He is not the same person who is. He has learned how to cope with his anger. He's learned how to deal with disagreements. And I believe that he deserves a new chance.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. All right, vote ready, good? Yes. Mrs. Jackson?
All right, Mrs. Spano, I wrote on my notes, we'll decide after the interview. I want to hear you, want to see you, want to see how you react to things. I'm impressed by the fact that a person who has had so many issues with anger in the past and has spent your incarceration in Angola, and you only have 1 write-up. And that wasn't even for fighting or anything related to anger. And to me, that was impressive. You only had 1 write-up. Your institutional record is good, and you had very positive comments from your evaluators. You had very important, very positive comments from the maintenance department. And so my vote would be to grant your request and recommend commutation since 1990.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Mr. Mirabella?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Mr. Spano, I've listened intently to what you had to say, and I've been in the criminal justice system for 50 years, so I understand how trials work. I understand how defendants and public defenders often have conflicts, and lawyers want, defendants want them to do more than perhaps what the lawyer can do. So I can understand how that was a disagreement. They did drop the rape charge. Don't know why, as Judge Jackson said, don't know why they dropped it. Maybe because they were going to get you with this charge, but they tried you for this charge as opposed to the rape charge. The rape charge was that strong, it seems to me they would try to that. But that's just my opinion. You made a excellent presentation today. I think you've had a good prison record. My vote likewise would be to recommend to the governor that he commute your sentence to 99 years.
Mr. Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Verlo.
Colleagues, and I also vote to commit your sentence to 99 years.
All right, Mr. Spano, for all the reasons that have already been stated, my vote is the same. So on your behalf, sir, we're going to make that recommendation to the governor that your sentence be commuted to 99 years.
Thank y'all. Y'all will not be disappointed.
Thank y'all.